I'm Van Colby, and welcome to this week's edition of Grant's 10-Minute Meals. Today, we're going to be making wicked deviled eggs. Why are we making wicked deviled eggs? Because who wants just a regular plain old Easter? Nobody. So we're going to do it a little bit wicked. Now, the items that you'll need for the wicked deviled eggs are 1 dozen of boiled eggs. You're going to need the Wickle relish that you can get at Grant Supermarket. You'll need a small mayo, mustard, pimentos, Old Bay seasoning, and of course you're going to need some paprika. So, you'll also need leaf lettuce because presentation is everything. And as you can tell, I put leaf lettuce on just the old cheap $1 dollar store syrup. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is we want to take our eggs and cut them in half. Now, when we cut our eggs in half, we're going to set our eggs right into the presentation. You know who wants to double up the work? You're going to cut them in half. And we're going to put, like I said, the whites on the lettuce. And we're going to put the yolk in our little silver pan here to make our filling. And all you want to do is just spoon it out to get all of it, because sometimes it gets stuck. Drop those in there. And keep it moving. Now while I'm doing this, I want to thank all the women from the Women's Expo for coming to my presentation while we made our famous fried rice. I want to send a big shout out to Yvonne Moses and her sister Charity, both from WVVA, who made the fried rice for their family. And we're almost done here. And as you can tell, I'm putting the eggs just randomly on the lettuce. Doesn't have to be in order by any means. We'll chop up the rest of them. And then we'll start to make our filling. Now, I'm not the type of cook who likes to measure anything. I always kind of go by eye, because that's just the way I do things. A lot of people are always writing me, how much of this do I need? How much of that do you need? And I say, just a scotch. And what's a scotch? Just a little bit. You can always do it to taste. If you want a little more pepper, put a little more pepper. You want a little bit more mayonnaise? Put a little bit more mayonnaise. Now I like my deviled eggs, my wicked deviled eggs, a little bit more with a mayonnaise base than I do mustard. I only want like a little bit of mustard in mine. Oh, and this is going to be delicious. And like I said, it's going to put a little spice in your Easter meal. Now that we've got all of our eggs done, we're going to take and start with a little bit of relish. Actually, I'm going to kind of chop my eggs up a little bit first. Get those real chopped up real nice. And you can also not only make your wicked deviled eggs this way, you can make a a wicked egg salad this way. I'm going to take this spoon and put a little bit of relish. I like a lot of relish in mine, so I'm going to put 2 scoops of relish. Rinse this off here. We're going to put about 1.5 scoops of mayonnaise. And just a scotch of mustard. Little tip for today, always shake your mustard, because if you don't shake your mustard, sometimes the first thing you get is just a little bit of that runny stuff, a little bit of water. And who wants a runny mustard? Nobody. Now, I'm going to take and I'm going to mix all this up real good. We got our wickle relish in there, and you don't want it too thin. You want it thick enough as to where it's going to hold up on your eggs. Now, we're going to get to the tip of the day. Oh, I almost forgot before I get to the tip of the day. I'm going to put just a scotch of paprika and a scotch of Old Bay seasoning. That Old Bay is going to give it a little bit of special taste. Now, we're going to get to our tip of the day here. If you do not have piping, what you want to do is take just a regular old Ziploc bag and scoop your egg into the Ziploc bag. I love this little trick because it cuts back on so much cleanup, and it does the job very well. Now, I'm going to drop all of the egg to one corner and zip the bag. Now, let's get to our pimentos. We're going to take and drain those. Actually, I'm going to put them on a paper towel. That will help with the draining. Pat them down, because you don't want runny pimentos. And I'll show you what we're going to do with those in a minute. But, back to our tip of the day. We're going to take the little Ziploc bag, and we're going to take and cut the corner of that Ziploc bag. And we're going to start squeezing our filling into our eggs. I love wicked deviled eggs. See how easy that is? And no cleanup. I'm going to take one of these, put it there. And we're almost finished. Voila. Take this, and we're just going to toss it for now. We're going to take our Old Bay. We're going to sprinkle just a little Old Bay. And we're going to sprinkle, this is a little key too, a little paprika. I love paprika. And when we get to the pimentos, we're not going to do all of them, but we're going to take, and only on a few, we're going to drop a few pimentos on the top. Just enough to add a little color. Now, not everybody may like the pimentos, so we're only doing a few. And voila, your wicked deviled eggs. So if you want to find out what's going on in the kitchen, tune in the first and third Tuesday of every month. But if you really want to know what's cooking, join us at one of our 14 locations near you. Grant Supermarket, the best friend your budget ever had. Let me try one of these. It's wicked.